Washington County Commissioners catered to a packed house on Tuesday afternoon prior to their regular meeting. While a new open forum format adopted last October allows residents to air their concerns before the public meeting, the dialogue can get lost with so many people.
But I think this format does not lend itself to good public discourse and discussion because, as you can see behind me, the three commissioners are all in different areas of the room. You've got different people asking questions, so if you're trying to listen and hear what the question is or see if your issue is being addressed, it's almost impossible because it's so segmented. Everything just gets lost and it's just political noise now.
County commissioners say they changed the format to be able to respond to concerns in person.
Unfortunately, in those public hearing moments, we as commissioners do not have the opportunity to actually ask questions or to engage in a back and forth. And so if the purpose of speaking to the county commissioners is so that we can dialogue and answer questions and actually form policy that makes the lives of our citizens better, then the format that we have is much more effective to do that.
I feel it was very much a violation of our constitutional rights to get up and speak and free speech, so I wasn't able to speak. We each got one county commissioner to air our concerns, and to be honest, he spoke most of the time.
In our last meeting, we did have a room full. That's not common, and some of those concerns that people were bringing to us were quite a ways outside the scope of what we as the legislative body of the county would be acting on during that meeting or any other meeting.
Some of those concerns had to do with transparency in elections.
They will not grant grandma records. They will not allow us to see the things that we need to see. And all we're asking for is transparency and to know that our elections are fair and free and honest, and they're not hiding anything.
A recent lawsuit filed by Phil Lyman, who was chosen by Republican convention delegates, states concerns about the process used by current Governor Spencer Cox.
There's actually two ways to get on the ballot. One is through the convention delegate process, and then the other is through gathering signatures. And so State Senator Don Ipson had turned in a packet to get on the Republican primary using signatures, and those signatures need to be verified against our signature database. It was discovered that there were signatures that did not match, and there's an open investigation. In fact, that investigation was finished yesterday as far as our attorney's office, and now that those findings are going to be forwarded to the state attorney general's office for further exploration of whether there needs to be some additional action, even prosecution, taking place.
That I have seen, there hasn't been independent verification of the signatures that were collected by Don Ipson and Spencer Cox. That is the one issue that's the main issue, I would say, right now, that we feel that our elections here are very compromised because we're not getting the people we all want. And I know, I was a delegate for Washington County. I know what the people wanted.
A request by Lyman to see those signatures was denied.
There was an active investigation going at the time, and so therefore we denied his request. He appealed to the State Records Commission, and they upheld Washington County's decision not to turn that over because of an active investigation.
Lawsuits have been filed by other candidates in this most recent election process. Washington County just completed 2 recounts in the second congressional election between Colby Jenkins and Celeste Malloy. While Jenkins had more votes than Malloy in Washington County, in the end, he lost by a slim margin of 176 votes.
I have total confidence in our process in here in Washington County. The people that handle our elections, we've made a lot of changes, to be honest with you, how we sort our ballots, how we're able to hand verify the ballots.
The U.S. Bill of Rights First Amendment, posted outside the Washington County building, gives citizens the right to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances.
And we are supposed to be America's county. You know, you look around and you see Washington County is named after George Washington. You got the statues out there, George Washington, the Bill of Rights. they don't let us speak. They don't allow us to, to have our public comment. They don't.
And I think we would be better served as a community by having singular public comment with time limits and that more structured environment that we once had.
We're very comfortable that we are being as transparent and we are making best practices and we make changes if necessary so that the public can feel more and more confident in the election in this county.
In Washington County, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.